Salud, mi gente, your boys coming through once again. And on today's video, we're going to talk about Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Yes, this is the infamous, the individual that the U.S. has spent a lot of money, man. And it seems like they're trying to send him to Africa. No mames. Hey, this vato's going to be over there in Africa, not knowing what to do. Valiendo shits. Man, I'm going to tell you one thing. It seems like the U.S. is doing what we call a whole cagadero. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. They're just making a mess, you know. So before we continue this video, do not forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I do highly appreciate those subscribers. Trying to get to 10K at least at the end of the year. I think we are capable of doing that. So I do appreciate those guys who haven't subscribed to the channel. Show us a little bit of support if you want to, right? If you want to, which I do highly appreciate it, man. We got 8,000. Let's do this. Today's Sunday, fun day, man. A lot of people are crudos. Just woke up, you know, with some menudito in front of you, with a little bit chiltepín on top of it. Who doesn't know chiltepín? It's those little bolitas, red bolitas. You crush them on top of your menudo. Super spicy. Se está haciendo agua la boca, güey. And then some birria with a lot of consomé. That's perfect for Sundays, man. Expensive, but that's the stuff for Sundays. Then for lunch, maybe some carnitas. That's the way to live, right? Especially for those guys who woke up all crudos out the game. So the guy, I'm not even gonna call my boy. Yeah, I'm gonna distance myself. You know, and fuck around. They come and pick me up right here in Mexico and trying to fucking deport me for the second time. Abrego Garcia, right? Kilmar was picked up in Maryland, I believe. I think he was going to court fighting his case from the streets, right? He had some kind of visa because I guess he qualified. His threat, his safety concerns were validated by the U.S. and we're like, you know what? We know that if we send it to El Salvador, your life might be in danger, right? But now this administration, they were like, Chales, man, get that guy out of here, man. Forget about it. They put that guy in the airplane, forgetting about any due process, put him in El Salvador prison, the famous one. And people were like, why is this guy complaining, right? There's no more gang members in El Salvador. Well, guess what? He's not on the streets. He's actually in prison with all those gang members that he fear, that he thinks that they're going to get him, right? It's like being like this, man. Like, hey, I cannot get in the ocean. Why? Because I'm scared. The sharks, they're going to go for me, right? Don't even trade. Let's pick this up. Or let's pick this individual up, put it in the shark tank. It's even worse. It's even worse, you know? So eventually, the due process was violated. They had to send an airplane for this person and fly him back to the U.S. They spent a lot of money of this guy. And what is going to happen? They're going to try to make an example out of this person. And what's going to happen? They're going to try to send him to Africa. To Africa. No, mom. Hey, just because if the U.S. could, trust me, they will send them to North Korea. But just because they don't have no relationship or no relations with North Korea, that's why they don't send them over there. He said no relationships. A la verga, ¿qué es? Anda pinche Donald Trump is getting piped down by the motherfucking Korean dictator, or qué pedo? Well, I don't know how he's gonna do it, man. But let's think about something though. The family of this person, Kilmar, his wife, his kid. I'm pretty sure it's stressful, man. Finally, yesterday he got released from prison, right? But they sent a letter to his attorney that within 72 hours he might be deported to Africa, right? So I had to show up mañana. He had to show up mañana. He just got out on Saturday out of prison, so he has to show up on Monday to an immigration office, in where most likely he's gonna be sent to Africa. It is funny because I remember telling my story how I went to the detention center, right? And no for Santito. Yeah, I done fucked up. I can admit that. I done fucked up. My responsibility. I take accountability for my actions. Oh, well, I'm not going to be right here crying you a river. Like, oh, I don't know why they deport me to Mexico, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. You just make the best where you at. Simple as that. But I remember when I was right there in that detention center specifically, and people were bringing up the case of, oh, I can't go to my country because I'm in fear for my life. They're gonna get me, and this is what's gonna happen, and blah 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 blah. And I told people, like, people were requesting to stay in the U.S. and the U.S. I mean, the federal judge was basically saying, okay, oh, you can't go to your country, okay, cool, you can't stay in the U.S. then, but I can help you and send you to a different country. I believe they were trying to send them to Europe somewhere. I don't think it was Spain. I don't think it was England. It was a country in Europe. And I was like, damn, no mames, güey. Like, what the fuck? He said, yeah. Oh, you're inferior for your life in your country. We're gonna send you to a different country, but not in the U.S. for sure. And they did make a point, right? They make a point. Okay, if you feel that your life is in danger, we're gonna keep you safe, but it's not gonna be in the U.S. And it's okay. You can accept that, right? Now with Mr. Abrego Garcia, we're seeing it right now, but they send them to Africa. They're trying to send them to Africa. I don't know if it's gonna happen or what, but damn, that's some crazy ass stuff, man. That's some crazy ass stuff. I'm gonna tell you one thing though. The U.S. has spent a lot of money with this guy, with the airplanes. Just they had to flew. They I don't know, man. It just sometimes it does surprise me how the government uses the resources and then cries about, oh, we don't got money, we're doing this, we're gonna have some shortcut, we're gonna have some pay cut right here and over here and all that stuff, and all because of what? Because they're making poor decisions. They don't know what they're doing. If they would respect the man's due process, took him to court, never sent him to El Salvador, right? Once his due process was done, right? Now they could have sent him whatever they wanted to send him, right? That would have been different. Pero el compa Kilmar, he like, chales, I ain't trying to be locked up. He refused to stay in Costa Rica. He refused to sign that there was a deal that he was, instead of being in El Salvador, right, with all the MS, all the 18th Streeters, he had to go to Costa Rica. Which it surprised me because I believe Costa Rica and the U.S. don't have no agreement. Because Costa Rica, for what I used to know, maybe it changed already, but Costa Rica was one of those countries, right? If you committed a crime in the U.S., you go to Costa Rica, you can hide right there. They will not have no extradition because they don't have the relation, right? The relation. So it did surprise me when that was part of the deal. You had to go to Costa Rica to their prison, and that's it. And the guy said, Charles, I'm cool. So now maybe they're going to send him to Africa. We'll see what happens. They say it's at risk of being sent over there within 72 hours. So most likely on Monday when he shows up, if he don't runs away, if he don't run away, which he's going to be a risk flag for sure. I'll be a risk flag. I'm not, fuck this shit. I'm not going to Africa. You got me fucked up. You know what I mean? What the fuck I'm going to do over there? No disrespect to the Africans out there, but what the fuck I'm gonna do out there? Imagine what the fuck that fool's gonna be fucking over there trying to look for water with the two little sticks. Have you seen that shit when people go with the two little sticks and the copper? There's like copper shit, and they move the little fucking things. They move to the side, and when they look straight, that's when you fucking hit the motherfucking They do the little fossa. No, they call it the pozo. The little pozo. You do a little pozo. Start digging for water. Man, fuck that shit. But I don't know. That is the story of today. Kilmar is not good looking good, man. It's not looking good. But the one that the only thing that I'm worried about this is just the family. His little baby girl. I think he has a little baby girl. And a family, man. He has to keep up. He has to take care of the family, man. I do understand that he is being charged for human trafficking. Doesn't mean that he was trafficking and have them, it's just, he was just being a coyote. You know what I mean? He was just being a coyote. It's that charge does sound kind of like weird, kind of like, damn, this guy was fucking trafficking with people, right? But it was just probably they'll cross those people. He'll go pick them up and drop them off in whatever bodega they had, and then the family will pay the crossing, and they'll let those people go. You know, I mean, come on, man. It's part of the game that has been in the U.S. for centuries. Well, not centuries, but for a lot of years, for decades. Decades. So with this being said, we are out to next video. Muchas gracias. Saludos a todos. Y ya están tranquilo on this Saturday or Sunday. Sunday, man. Yeah, your boy had a little bit of an energy drink. Ahorita ando pinche con la nariz. Ando a todo lo que da, compas. Pues saludos a todos. Have a wonderful day. Blessings to you and your familia. And wishing you nothing but the best. To next video.